with the city and amongst our team, probably half time, totally voluntary, and willing to put my money where my mouth is because of who Ataturk is and what the Turkish Republic stood for and what it has done in my personal life. A lot of people talked about their grandmothers or grandfathers. Let me tell you what my grandmother talked to me about. Before and during the World War I, Turkey was a land of wild, wild east. Ottoman Empire is crumbling. No law, no police, no gendarme. You know, you don't have security for your life. You don't have safety. And when I ask about what happened to Uncle so-and-so, they're all dying around. My other grandmother gave birth to 10 children and 8 of them died. So it was a horrible place. And I can understand if it were horrible for my grandmother, how horrible it would have been. And I empathize and I share their pain.
Hey, Dr. Sankur, would you hold 1 minute, please? Okay, those of you that feel you have to have a conversation, take that conversation outside, please. Okay, Sergeant, ask the gentleman to go outside and have the conversation with you in the executive conference room or the lobby, but not in the council chambers. We do have a press box for any members of the press that want to be in the press room. We have that room available to you. Okay, Dr.
Could I
Sankur.
continue?
Yes, please continue.
But her story changed with the formation of the Republic after an independence war. And suddenly there was a bright light in Turkey. It was the Republic. Suddenly, people were freer. There was legal system put in place so that you had, safety and security of both yourself and your belongings. There was the new education system. My grandmother, through her hijab, went to school at the age of 30 and she became a very learned person. We're talking about 1920s now in Middle East, in a Muslim society. Totally empowering and liberating women, men, under very, very difficult conditions. And if it were not for Ataturk, where I was born in Middle East, I could have been the 4th wife of a man in hijab and with no power. His emancipation of woman and also man, because people have been living in this empire as slaves all their lives, made me the person that I am now, a productive member of American society. I came here, I'm an immigrant. I did the American dream. Now it's time for me to pay my debts. And when I look back at it, the Republic, its reforms, made an incredible difference in Turkey. It made it a NATO ally. It made us, I guess as Susan said, fight in Korea alongside American troops. But most importantly, it gave me a life where I could even be successful in the, high halls of America. So I want to celebrate my heritage. And Ataturk is George Washington of our country, the modern Turkish Republic. And there could be things that was not done right before his time or now in Turkey, 70 years after he died. But should we hold him responsible for everything that went wrong in the world? Yes, maybe some German magazines, wrote about him. But he was also on the cover of Times 3 or 4 times. So I think I lost a little time there. And to me, the biggest thing he has done is brought rational thought and secularism to Turkey. So this is what you call the mild Islam these days. That is why you have 80 million people that, are not a threat. That is helping America on the fight with Taliban in Afghanistan, with ISIS in Syria, and other places.
Hold on. Okay, shh. Those in the room who think they have to blurt out, shh. All you're going to do is give Dr. Sankur more time to speak. So, please.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
But we are a nation, and we are a nation and a republic due to Ataturk. And again, I'm going to say, when you start with the ashes of an empire, you don't become perfect in a day. You don't become perfect. But in 2-3 decades, the reform he has made, set the foundation for a great society that I grew up in, and I am totally indebted to it, and that's why I'm working on this project. Day and night, put my money where my mouth is in our effort. And here are these people. They have no obligation to be here. They come because they also owe a lot of things to Ataturk, his vision, his reforms, and his getting things done, his building it, like Clinton said. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, one more speaker in favor of the